Thundering steel, the armored trains of World War I. In the midst of the chaos and destruction of World War I, a new and formidable weapon emerged on the battlefields, the armored train. These ironclad behemoths would become a symbol of innovation and fear, shaping the course of the war in unexpected ways. It was the year 1915, and the war had settled into a brutal trench stalemate. The front lines were entrenched, and neither side seemed able to make significant advances. In this atmosphere of deadlock, military strategists sought ways to break the impasse. That's when the idea of armored trains was born. One of the earliest and most iconic armored trains was the battleship on wheels, created by the Russian Empire. This massive machine was equipped with thick steel plating, artillery guns, machine guns, and even searchlights. It served as both a mobile fortress and a devastating weapon, capable of pounding enemy positions from a distance while also transporting troops and supplies. On the other side of the front, the Central Powers weren't far behind in adopting this new tactic. The Germans developed their own armored trains, complete with innovative features like retractable armored shields for crew protection during battle, and the ability to lay down tracks quickly to create temporary rail lines. As the armored trains rolled onto the battlefield, they brought a new level of fear to the soldiers. The once safe rear areas were no longer immune to attack. The screeching sound of steel wheels on tracks was now accompanied by the rumble of artillery fire and the crackle of machine gun volleys. The trains were mobile fortresses that could strike at any point along the front, catching the enemy off guard and wreaking havoc. These trains were not only instruments of destruction but also played a vital role in logistics. They transported troops, supplies, and ammunition to the front lines and evacuated wounded soldiers. Armored trains became lifelines connecting military bases, cities, and supply depots, ensuring the flow of essential resources to sustain the war effort. However, as with any new innovation, there were challenges. Armored trains were susceptible to attacks from artillery, aircraft, and even guerrilla tactics by enemy soldiers. Their large size and heavy armor made them slow and vulnerable to sabotage. As the war progressed and tactics evolved, the use of armored trains became more strategic, often requiring support from infantry, cavalry, and other units to protect their vulnerable flanks. Despite the challenges, armored trains left an indelible mark on World War I. They embodied the spirit of innovation amidst the grim realities of the battlefield. The thundering steel monsters not only reshaped the way wars were fought but also captured the imagination of soldiers and civilians alike. As the war eventually drew to a close, the era of armored trains came to an end. The lessons learned from their use would influence military strategy for years to come, shaping the development of modern armored vehicles and tactics. But their legacy lives on, a reminder of the ingenuity born out of necessity and the ever-evolving nature of warfare.